Alright everybody, how you doing? My name is Adam Veazey and this is going to be Algebra 1, or as I like to term it, Algebra 1, Monster in the Closet. This is the introduction to the course. This is where we're going to set things up, the flow of the course, what we're going to do throughout the course, and things of that nature. Won't be a very long video, but it will be very informative for the rest of the course. Alright, how is this class organized? So this class is organized the following way, right? The first thing we're going to teach you is the terminology of algebra. Because without knowing the terminology or the language of algebra, there's really not a whole lot more you can do. And I think that's why people get frustrated with it, is because they try to learn the terminology at the same time they learn how to perform algebraic functions, and it just downward spirals from there. And nobody gets it. People get frustrated, and they close the book on the on algebra, and they want to forget it even exists. All right. The second thing we're going to learn is the mechanics of algebra. Okay, we're going to learn how to do things the algebra way. We're going to learn how to do operations with positive and negative numbers, square roots, exponents. This is all stuff that we're going to learn. So once we know the terminology, we're going to know the mechanics. We're going to know what we're talking about. Then we're going to know how to use what we're talking about. The third thing is we're going to use terminology and mechanics to solve problems. All right, so we're going to take the terminology that we learned, the mechanics that we learned, and we're going to solve algebra problems using those mechanics and terminology. And this is where most people in most algebra courses, most math courses you've probably taken in the past, they just lump number 3, or they lump number 1 and 2 into number 3, so everybody has to learn it at the same time. And that's where people, again, that's where people get frustrated. And once you get frustrated, you don't learn anything, right? So number 4, and I think this is the most important item in this list here, is we want to understand what we have done and why we have done it. Because if you don't understand what you've done and why you did it, then it's pointless. It's a fruitless exercise. There's no point to it. You've just mindlessly put numbers on a piece of paper and come up with an answer, but you don't understand why you got the answer or what you did to get that answer. Number 5 is we want to learn. We do not want to frustrate. If you are not learning a particular skill, item, mechanic, terminology, go back, watch the video again. Watch the last couple of videos again. Message me. Say, hey, when do you go over what an exponent is? And I'll say this lesson, and you can go back to that lesson and you can relearn that stuff, focus on that stuff, get an understanding of that stuff, and then you'll be better off for the rest of the course. It's kind of like a house, right? If you have a crappy foundation on the house, what's your house going to be like? It's going to be crappy, right? So we don't want to do that, right? We want to learn, we want to focus with laser precision on what we're doing. And we're going to build that foundation. We're going to learn the terminology. We're going to learn what you can and can't do through mechanics. And then we're going to use those two things to solve problems. And once you solve problems, that's algebra. Okay, so what do we really want to get out of this class? Well, the first thing I want you to get out of this class is knowledge. All right, oh, I guess I missed the word we up there in the title. Well, that's a typo. I guess we want to get we out of this class, huh? So that's why it's not there. Anyway, all right, so we want to gain knowledge, which is why we're here, right? We want to learn algebra. We want to get skills with algebra and problem solving, because that's really what algebra is. People are like, why do I got to take algebra? I'm never going to use it again. Well, the whole point behind algebra and just mathematics in general isn't, moving or solving for x or moving this on one side of the equal sign or blah, 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 blah. It's about problem solving, and not necessarily mathematical problems either, because people that are really good at math or really learned it at math have better problem solving capabilities than those that have no knowledge of math. Then the last thing I want you guys to learn, or the last thing I want you guys to get out of this class, is a little bit of confidence, right? You get a little bit of confidence in Algebra 1. It makes it easier to go over to Algebra 2. and so forth, so on and so forth in math. You go up to calculus, calculus 2, calculus 3, differential equations, statistics, geometry, whatever path you decide to take in mathematics. Or maybe you just want to learn Algebra 1 to help your kid in school. Who knows? And once you gain these skills and you can solve problems in algebra and you can demonstrate your ability, you will have a sense of fulfillment, right? So you'll feel better about yourself because now I can do this. I didn't know how to do this before. It's been haunting me for years. I feel like a lot of people that have asked me to do this, they're like, my kids are coming home with homework. Well, maybe not now because it's the middle of coronavirus panic, but they're being sent homework and they're asking me for help, and I don't know what the heck to do. It's been so long since I took it and I didn't like it when I took it, so I never remembered it. Okay? So you'll get that sense of fulfillment that you can help your kids, help others, or maybe help yourself. Maybe you're going back to school and have to take algebra. Who knows? There's a myriad of possibilities. But that's what I want you to get out of this class is a little bit of confidence and a lot of fulfillment. All right, so let's start the first lesson and we're going to jump in algebra. We're going to go in the shallow end first, then we're going to swim out to the deep end of the pool. All right, y'all have fun, and thank you for watching.